अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह या उस्ताज।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम रहमतुल्लाह।
Alhamdulillah, today we are starting our new class. In this class, we will learn Quranic grammar and Arabic grammar, and we will learn as well the spoken Arabic. That's why we choose two books. That books I already have sent in the groups. You can download and you can save these books. So we start our lesson for today because we have limited time, only 40 minutes. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the book Durusul Lughatul Arabiya, our best book in the word for Arabic learning. We have learned in English that there are 8 parts of speeches. There are 8 parts of speeches in English: noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, interjection, verb, conjunction, preposition. But in Arabic, there are only 3 parts of speech. In Arabic, there are only 3 parts of speeches: noun, verb, and particle. Ismun, fe'lun, harfun. So noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, interjection. In Arabic, they have one category. The category is noun. They put into noun. Ismun. The second is verb. In English, in Arabic, we call it fe'lun. And the third part of speech, conjunction and preposition, particle, we call it harfun. So in Arabic, there are ismun, fe'lun, and harfun. These are the part of speech. There are the 28 alphabet in Arabic. Most of you are familiar with it, so we should move forward. Arabic vowel signs, we call it haraka. In Arabic, we call it haraka. These are short vowels. Arabic have 3 short vowels. Dhamma, this is a sign of Dhamma. We call it Dhamma. And it gives sound of U. It gives a sound of U. Muhandisun. So this is a Dhamma on the meme. The first particle is carrying Dhamma. Muhandisun. This is first short vowel in Arabic. Fatha is second short vowel in Arabic. A. It gives a sound of A. Muhandisun. So you see here there is a ha written with the red color. Muhandisun. On the ha there is a fatha. This is a sign of fatha. This is a sign of fatha. Kasratun, we write it below the letter. We write it below the letter. It gives the sound of E. It gives the sound of I. Muhandisun, disun. So you are seeing here, there is da and da is carrying the kasra. Muhandisun. Then there are the three long vowels in Arabic. Three long vowels in Arabic. Long vowels are found by adding the associated letters to the short vowels. Vow to elongate dhamma. If there is a vow, if there is a dhamma, you see here maftuhun. You can see here maftuhun on ta. This is dhamma. So we have to make it a long vowel. We will add vow. It will give the double sound. Maftuhun. We will make it long. Maftuhun. Vow we add after the dhamma. Vow we add after the dhamma. Alif along with fatha. If there is a fatha on ba, you can see here, ba have a fatha. If there is a fatha, then we add alif, babun, and we give it double sound, double long sound, babun. This is the second long vowel. And the third long vowel is ya, yi. To elongate kasra, qamisun. So meme have a kasra, meme. Here you can say meme have a kasra. This is a meme. This is a meme. And it have a kasra. So qamisun. If there is a kasra, then we will add this ya. And we will make it long. Qamisun. These are the short and the long vowels. And these are the, we call it harakat in Arabic. Dhamma, fatha and kasra. These are three harakat. And there is four sukoon. The fourth one is sukoon. If there is a no vowel sign is denoted on the particle, so there will be a sukoon. Absence of a vowel sign is denoted by a sukoon. We call it jazm also. This it is its sign. It is sign. If this kind of a sign, so it is sukoon, jazm, silent. Like you can see here, maksurun. So this kaf have no haraka. This kaf have no haraka. This is silent. So maksurun, we will read it like this. In Arabic, like the other languages, like English, like Urdu, like the other languages, there are definite and indefinite. Arabic nouns can be indefinite, nakiratun, or definite, marifatun. Either it is nakira or either it is marfa. An indefinite noun is indicated by tanween. The sign of the indefinite noun, there will be a tanween on it. What is tanween? To dhamma, to fatha, or to kasra, which double the vowels. Tanween, which double the vowel sign at the end of the word. And it is nakiratun, indefinite, and it give a meaning of kitabun a book. So this is bun. This is a sign of the indefinite. Nakiratun. Kursiyun, a chair. So this yun is a sign of the nakira. A chair. A definite. Please switch off your mics. If any one of you have any question, you simply raise your hands. Instead of you keep your mic on. Okay. Now we will learn about the definite article. Marifa. A definite noun is indicated by al. In Arabic, if there is a alif lam, al, with the noun, so you should understand that noun is marfa, definite. A definite noun is indicated by al prefix to the noun. This also results in eliminating the tanween. When we use alif lam, then we cannot use the tanween. Alif lam will eliminate the tanween of the noun, and it will have only single vowel at the end of the word, like al kitabu. The above we learn kitabun. Now we fix it al kitabu. So it is taking one dhamma. Al kitabu. Okay. Al kursiyu, the book. Al kitabu, the book. The chair, al kursiyu. So you can see here it is taking one dhamma. Al and tanween cannot coexist. On a noun, al and tanween cannot coexist at the same time. If there is alif lam, there will be no tanween. So al kitabun will be incorrect. Al kitabun will be incorrect. Please note many proper nouns. This is with the only nouns. If the proper nouns, they have tanween. Proper noun in Arabic, we call it alam. Proper noun in Arabic, we call it alam. Alam. Many proper nouns, Khalidun, Muhammadun, Hamidun, Mahmudun, Yasirun, Ammarun, they have tanween, but they are still definite. Proper nouns, they are always definite. Then the next in this lesson, we are learning demonstrative pronouns, ismul ishara. Demonstrative pronouns, ismul ishara, we use to point to masculine and feminine nouns. So ismul ishara is we use to point to the nouns. There are the two kinds of ismul ishara. Ismul ishara ti lil qaribi. Ismul ishara ti lil qaribi, pointing to the near. pointing to nouns for near. And ismul ishara lil baidi, we use it for far. So haza is a ismul ishara lil qarib for masculine singular. Haza is a ismul ishara demonstrative pronoun for masculine singular. And zalika is ismul ishara for masculine singular also. But difference is haza is used for near and zalika we use for things. Like all pronouns, these are also definite. So point to be remembered, pronouns, they are definite, they are morpha. So like other pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, they are also morpha or definite. So haza and zalika, they are also definite, morpha. These are masculine. Haza and zalika we use for the masculine nouns. Masculine singular. Masculine singular. Masculine singular. We use it. These are masculine singular. These are used when pointing to the masculine singular nouns. Haza and zalika we use for the singular for mufrad. In Arabic, we call it mufrad. They have feminine counterpart. We will learn in the next lessons, inshallah. And haza and zalika are pronounced haza. The pronunciation is like this. Haza. There is alif. We pronounce, but we don't write this one. We write like this. The writing of haza is like this, but the pronunciation is haza is like this. As same like with the zalika, we write like this. Zalika, we don't write alif, but we read the alif like this. Zalika, haza and zalika. But are written without the alif. Written without the alif. This is a book. Hada kitabun. The next thing in this lesson, we will learn ma and man. Ma mean what? Man mean who? Ma we use for irrational things. Where akil. What are the irrational things? Non-living things, animals, plants. Ma we use for the irrational things. Where akil. Non-living, animal, plants, etc. So when we use for the irrational things, we say it mahaza. Mahaza means what is this? And for man, man is who? Man is used for the rational being. Akil. These include human being. In akil or rational includes human beings, jinns and angels. it gives the meaning when we ask to the human being, jinn, and the angels, man haza, who is this? We ask about them, man haza, who is this? So for irrational, we cannot use man, and for rational, we cannot use ma. The next, we will learn particle of interrogation. Particle of interrogation and how to answer, how to ask a question and how to answer. We call it particle of interrogation. In Arabic, we call it harful istafhami. Harful istafhami, particle of interrogation. This is simple tense. Haza baitun. This is a house. So when we have to ask someone, is this a house? If we have to ask, is this a house? So what we do, we put it hamza before that. Hamza. A. It gave a sound of a. A haza baitun. Is this a house? So a is a particle of the interrogation. A is a particle of the interrogation. So same like the ma and man, they are also the particle of the interrogation. Ma, what is this? So ma we use also as a particle of interrogation. Man, who is this? That is also a particle of interrogation. So what is the difference between the ma and a? The difference between the ma and a is ma we use about the thing that we know nothing about that. We have no idea about that thing. We are asking, what is this? We don't know either that is a book, either that is a chair, either that is a house. We have no idea about that thing. Then we will use the ma. What is this? And if we have some idea about the thing, like we are seeing some building, like a haza baitun. In our mind, we have idea that this is a house. So we want to confirm with the person, and we ask the person, is this a house? So when we have some idea about the thing we are going to ask, then we will use a. Then he will reply yes or no. If that is a house, he will say yes, that is a house. If that is not a house, he will say no, this is not a house. Or we use for the things we have some idea in our mind. We have some guess. And about the ma, we have don't idea, we know nothing about that thing. So la mean yes. If we have to give the answer, haza baitun, haza baitun, is this a house? So if you have to give your answer in negative, you will say no. No, yeah, this is not a house. And if you have to give the answer yes, then you will say naam, yes, this is a house. Naam haza baitun. La and am are called huruful jawab. Huruful jawab, particle of answer. Okay, this was our lesson for today. Any of you have any question? just simply raise hand. Musa, yes, Mr. Musa, you want to ask anything? You can open your mic. Any of you have any question about this lesson? Okay, Tasneem Kausar, please open your mic.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask the question that, are we going to have the recording for this? Because I want to write everything down.
What is your question?
Yeah, I'm asking, the things what we learned today, are we going to have the recording for this?
Yes, you will get the recording, and
Yeah.
it will be shared in the group so everyone can watch this again.
Okay, Jazakallah, because I want to write everything down.
Okay, you can write. I already have shared these books. You can download these books.
Okay, Jazakallah.
In the groups, I already sent the all course books.
Okay,
You just,
Jazakallah.
you just simply click the link and download and save the on your laptop, on your mobile.
Okay, Jazakallah.
You're welcome. Panku, do you want to ask anything?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Inshallah, I was going to ask the same question about the recording, whether we'll get access to it.
Okay.
But she's answered that already, and I've gotten the answer.
Your question is about what?
It's about whether we're going to get access to the recording.
You will get access. You don't worry. You be patient.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Be patient.
Thank you.
Everything will be smooth for you, inshallah, for everyone.
All right. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sumayya Afrin.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, sir. My doubt is regarding the practice exercises. Is it up to us to practice, and actually we can practice and can we just send in the group corrections, or we can directly send it to you if we have any doubts like that. While you doing the practices, because in one of the books we have given there are some practice works.
So you can practice it your own.
Okay.
We,
And if you have any notes, if you are not sure of the answer, or we want the correction, so can
we
send it
will
to group?
we will give you the homework. We
Okay.
will give you the homework. You have to submit the homework, and whatever is your questions, we will take your questions on WhatsApp. You
Oh, Jazakallah. That is what. Because
Right.
without practice and without correction, it will be like difficult, no? Whether we are understanding or not.
Yes, inshallah, you have any difficulty about the lesson, you can WhatsApp in personal, no problem.
Jazakallah.
So, come. Ghazal.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I have a question. As we said, when we are talking about the interrogation, so we say ahazabaitu, right?
Okay.
Because this is the interrogation question.
Yeah,
But
this is
for
a-
example, if I don't, for example, if I do not have idea that this is the house, so how am I supposed to use for that is a house? Like how am I supposed to say?
No, if you don't have any idea about the thing, how you can say that is a house? You will say, what is this?
Oh,
Where-
okay. So, oh, okay. That's why
What-
we're okay.
What is this? Mahaza.
Mahaza, Mahaza.
Mahaza. So you don't have any
Mah-
idea. You don't have any idea about the thing. So you will say, Mahaza, what is this?
And if I want to say that is a house, that is not this is a house. I will say that is a house.
Yes. So
No, how
so you can say azalika, azalika.
azalika. Okay. Ahaza, azalika. Okay. Thank you.
You're
Jazakallah.
welcome. So the only the difference is haza we use for the things near, and zalika we use for far. Use
Okay.
okay. We can use both haza and zalika. Haza baitun, zalika baitun.
Aza. No, yeah. Thank you so much for correcting. I just wanted to confirm for that. That
Yeah.
if we are saying that is a house, we're supposed to say ahaza, azalika.
Yes, azalika. So we can say ma zalika. What is that? Ma haza. What is this? Ma zalika. What is that? Okay. Next, Zainab. Please, you open your mic.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My question is, this book that you are using, have you uploaded it on the group?
Yes, these books are already shared in the groups. There is a link. You simply click the link and you can download these books.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Infinix Samart. Please, the next time you write your name, so we call you with your name. That is more proper. Okay. Anything you want to ask? Infinix Smart. Your okay. Tasneem Kausar.
Yeah, I've already asked, sir.
Okay, you
I've already asked.
The
Yeah.
persons who already asked their question, just lower your hand, so I can differentiate who wants to.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, okay. So, Abdullah. Yes, brother Abdullah. Do you want to ask anything? Abdullah Bukinia. Okay, I think he just raised hand. He don't want us. He doesn't want to ask anything. So, any of you have any question you can ask. Then we finish our class for today. I think nobody have any question about the lesson. So we end our lesson for today. And inshallah, the next class will be on Friday. So we will meet on Friday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته جزاكم الله خيرا
بارك الله فيكم.
Jazakallahu khairan.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.